And if I can leave the P policy open and make a partial withdrawal, I want to close the SP policy, and I want to make the partial withdrawal for the one with the most funds in that has been active for the longest time. I want to retain that policy and those terms and conditions if I can. But I need to make partial withdrawals, and I've made this clear. And to pay the remainder of my mortgage off in the next 2 or 3 years, I'm going to need to make another partial withdrawal. But I want to do it as cheaply as possible in a way that I don't pay tax. And that's the way that this is set up. And the only reason it's set up is because I had an endowment that was redundant, wasn't tied to any property, but because of the financial crashes that the banks have basically caused, my endowment didn't pay enough to fully pay the mortgage of where I am in my current place. So I'm still left with a small mortgage. And the reason is, well, basically the conduct of the banks, basically, really, and financial sellers and financial services providers across the board, And again, this is not a personal attack, and it's not an animosity, it's not directed against the banks, it's just a fact of life. This is what happens. The banks always make money, and the bank shareholders and the people, that are now working from home, in their gardens, basically shipping champagne for the last 12 months, are going to be earning massive, massive bonuses because of the transactions that are going to be taken through their organisations such as yours, and while you people are there on the front line taking these type of calls, the people that set this up are the people that are sitting at home now, basically on holiday. And that's what I think is not right, because as a result, there's people and irate customers, and there's people that have got problems because they're not being serviced properly as a result of the actions of basically your leaders and the people that write these policies and terms and conditions and procedures. And they're the people that should be responding to this type of a complaint, really, because they're the people that are setting the policy and procedure. So if the people that are setting the policy and procedure aren't prepared to listen to the customers and have a listen to what they're saying, and the reason why they don't want to listen to the customers is because they don't want to get personally involved. And that means that they can continue to earn faster amounts of profit, and then if there is any wrongdoing or if there is any fault, at the end of the day, it's going to turn down to the poor person who's taking the phone call, because they're the only person that has actually had any direct contact with the customer. And the people that should be sorting this out are the people that hide. That's something that I don't think is right, especially under these circumstances when financial organisations are withdrawing all the services, withdrawing the support, withdrawing the staff, and basically not providing the service that you charge a great deal of money for. And again, that's no criticism of yourself, and basically I'm hoping, and I don't expect you to comment at all about this, but I'm hoping that me saying this, you're sitting there thinking, well, it's a pity other people can't speak like this, but unfortunately people aren't in the position, as I'm not in the position. I'm a disabled customer, and I just think for a disabled customer to be treated this way, when you know that I'm reliant on medication, I missed medication yesterday. I've not told you that, but I did. And by the time I spoke to somebody last night, again, it was that late at night that I was that confused that I didn't have a clue what I was being told. And I told the person that I didn't have a clue what I was being told. I didn't understand this. They knew full well that I'm isolated, and they knew full well my situation because I'd advised them, and I just think it's really poor. I think it's really, really poor when you've got people that are asking for help, and they're just kind of, well, in this situation, it should have been fobbed off, really. I mean, it's not right, and it's not acceptable. And I want to get this sorted, and I want to get this sorted, and I want to have it sorted as soon as possible, and then I want to be able to relax, to know that I can pay off 2 credit cards, which is what I want to pay off, so that I'm not paying any financial institute a penny's worth of interest. Because at the moment it's interest free, but those deals are both coming to an end this month and in 2 months' time. So I want to make it now so that I can just pay this off